Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar today. I'm going to give everybody a couple of minutes. We're going to wait a couple more minutes here to let everybody get on board, all the attendees, and make sure that everybody is here. So if you guys want to hold off just a minute, that would be great. And we'll be back. All right, hello everyone. I see people are joining us now. So I'll give this a couple more minutes to let people come in before I get started. Just kind of orienting you to how we're gonna work today on the webinar is if you guys, I'm gonna ask you some questions. If you guys want to respond in the chat box can be found down at the bottom of your screen where it says chat. It's this little word bubble. And so if you guys can give me your responses in the chat box, that would be great. Another option is if you guys want to be interacting and asking me questions during the webinar today, go ahead and go to the little Q&A bubble down at the bottom. It's like two little bubbles, and you can ask me your questions there. I will try to answer them while we're going. If not, I can always follow up with you. I've got everybody's registration information, so we can always have an offline chat as well. And just keep in mind when you are entering stuff into the chat feature, you can address it to all the attendees or just to me by choosing who the conversation is with. And we will be recording today's webinar so that we can share it with you guys later if anybody needs a replay or anything like that. I'm also going to be posting in the chat box. I'm going to try to post some of the links of the websites we're going to be visiting. We're going to be visiting a lot of websites today, so I'll try to post them in the chat box. If not, I'll follow up with everybody. We'll get you an email with all the links that I talk about today during the presentation. Okay. So it's 1:04. I estimate today's webinar is going to be a little bit longer than the last one. I think the last one ran about 20 minutes. I expect today maybe about 30 minutes. So let's get started. All right. Hi, I'm Alexandra Geczi, an attorney and mediator in Dallas, Texas. I have a firm where we provide opportunities for women and their families to have a fresh start and a brighter future. So today's topic is going to be about upgrading your career. Times of crisis can be a great opportunity to update and upgrade your career, believe it or not. With just a few tweaks, you can not only survive crisis and bad situations, but you can also thrive in them. So today's webinar is going to touch on how to navigate the big job sites, 3 or 4 of the big job sites, and how to show you some of the jobs that are easily within reach, tools for updating your resume and your cover letter, tips for stay-at-home moms who want to get back into the workforce, and quick ways that you can clean up your professional profiles, and some other great resources that we'll leave with you guys as well. So let's dive in. All right. First, let's talk about the job opportunities that are out there right now. Initially, COVID was kind of a shock to all of our systems, and our focus was more on the negative impact it had on certain industries and their workforces. But now that we've had a chance to pivot and adapt, it's becoming actually clear that there are certain industries out there that are thriving in this new era of social distancing. So what does that mean for you? It means that there are job and business opportunities right now that you can use to pivot and upgrade your career. In fact, LinkedIn just published an article earlier this week listing the companies that are hiring right now. And I'm going to share that with you guys. So bear with me here while I do the share screen. And let's see, I think it's this one. All right. So here is that tab, and it's on LinkedIn. I will send you guys, if you guys want to go to your own, let me see. I'll give you guys the link here. I can copy this and put it in the chat feature there so you guys can all open up your computers as well. And I think I can do this. Well, if not, there's the, if you guys can see that, you can see the linkedin.com. I think it's just who's hiring right now. If you guys search that in the bubble, you'll see that. But basically, you have companies Instacart, Amazon, Walmart, CVS Health, Pizza Hut, Ace, Lowe's, Dollar Tree. That's kind of a list of some of the more retail type places. But if you actually click on the link and get an expanded version of the list, there's actually a lot of really interesting industries that are hiring right now. And it's not just a handful of jobs, it is tens of thousands of jobs out there. So it's not just delivery and stuff like that. You have, let's see, where did we have PepsiCo, Advent Health, TNG Retail, Amwell, Nestle USA, Lockheed Martin is looking to hire 5,000 people. You've got OutSchool wants 5,000 teachers to start offering online classes. You've got Mercy Health, several healthcare providers too, looking to hire people. You've got Wholesale Mortgage, Addis Home Care, Fidelity Investments is looking to hire 2,000 people to fill roles, financial consultants, licensed representatives, Salesforce. I mean, there's a ton of jobs out there. I mean, this article alone, I mean, it's got to be tens of thousands of jobs out there. So, and they have links for each of these. So if there's a company here on this listing that you're interested in, click on the link and see if it'll take you to their website, and then you can start looking through there. So that's a really great resource. I would encourage you guys to visit as well. Let's see. So then, all right. So as you can see, there's a ton of jobs available right now. So I want to know from you guys, what are some of the biggest hurdles that you've encountered in finding a job right now? I know that LinkedIn says there's a bunch of jobs out there, but I want to hear from you guys. So if you guys could just pop into the chat box, maybe one or two obstacles, challenges that you guys are facing. If you're looking at the job market right now, what is it that you're encountering that are issues, that are obstacles? Because I would love to know that so that we can help build on some resources for you guys. So if anybody wants to pop something into the chat box, I'd love to hear from you guys. You know, I know that I've heard people talk about maybe they didn't know where to find the jobs. So we're going to address that. I'm going to show you some job boards and some resources where you can find jobs. Some people, you know, I know stay-at-home moms sometimes struggle with the skill sets that they have and how those are transferable. You know, so I was curious if you guys have any other thoughts on obstacles that you guys are facing, and I'd be happy to maybe talk about that or instruct you guys, guide you guys on that. Okay, well, doesn't look like anybody's got anything there. Oh, updating resume. Yes, so I'm going to show you guys some resume sites that are going to help with that. That's a good one. And change in focus, yep. So, all right. All right, so let's talk about where you can find these jobs and apply for them. There are several job boards out there, but we're gonna kind of focus on 3 or 4 of the more common ones, and then we'll give you the links and take you on a tour of each of those. So let me copy this. I'm gonna paste it into the chat box. All right, so there's the links I'm about to take you guys on. And let me get the screen share again. All right, so first one we're going to visit is LinkedIn. So if you go to linkedin.com/jobs, you see here that you've got a great page where they can do, you know, you can search by title, skill, company. So if there's a particular company or industry that you're interested in, you can search there. You can also add the city or state. So if you're looking to move, you can add the information in there. So let's just say attorney, since that's my skill set there. And I'll say Dallas. Let's see who's hiring right now. I can do Dallas, Fort Worth, Metroplex, sure. So let's see what comes up. So you've got a ton of law jobs right now are posted, and I'm looking at like when they're posted, you know, a week ago, 3 weeks ago, 12 hours ago, 3 weeks ago. So it tells me that people are still hiring for that. What are some other jobs? Maybe we can look at, I don't know, what kind of jobs would you guys be interested in looking at? You guys want to put something into the chat box, a suggestion I can take a look at. Let's see. Why can I not figure out how to make this bigger? Maybe I have to stop share. Let's see. All right. So stay-at-home moms, we're going to address the stay-at-home mom stuff in a little bit. First, we're just going to kind of look at, so remote administrative work. That sounds good. So let's take a look and see what they have for remote administrative work. And where is, nope. Sorry, you guys. Let me try that again. All right, so here we've got administrative assistant. Let's say administrative assistant, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, yes. All right, let's search for that. So here you've got a month ago, 15 hours ago, Encompass Health is looking for someone. TI is looking for someone 5 days ago. So let's look at the TI one. I know that's like right here, so we can take a look at that. And so here on the right, you see that they've got the description of the job and what the responsibilities are going to be. It looks like arranging hotels and transportation, maintaining calendars, working with a team, maintaining organizational on sites, setting up, maintaining employee mailing lists. It sounds like a lot of this could be done remotely. You know, and the qualifications, they're looking for verbal skills, written skills, ability to work in a team, you know, things like that. So it doesn't say here that it is a remote position, but it looks like a lot of it could be done remotely. I know some of the other job boards, I know when I show you guys the Facebook had some that directly said they were virtual jobs, things like that. So what I like about this too is if you look here at the top, the jobs, you can put a job alert on and off. So for LinkedIn, if you want to get alerted about the admin jobs in Dallas-Fort Worth, you can turn this alert on and it'll alert you on your phone or your email or whatever as to when jobs become available. So that's kind of a cool feature too. All right, so next let's look at Facebook. So if you guys go to facebook.com/jobs, you can also go to your home page on your Facebook profile, and then on the left side when you're looking at it, if you open up that full stuff that's always listed on the left side, one of them will say jobs. You can click on it that way too. I just took you guys directly to the jobs. So here on Facebook, we've got, you can say like, I want a full-time job, and I'm looking for admin and office, all right? Let's see what we've got in Dallas, Texas. So you set your location up at the top, you do your job type. Do you want, let's do part-time actually. Let's see if there's anything part-time and not, let's undo full-time. Let's look at part-time and then admin and office. So it looks like we've got clerk at Sprouts Farmers Market, independent bank, so teller, customer service rep, bilingual, receptionist, part-time. So all these are part-time. Let's take a look. I'm trying to see here. I saw last week when I was looking at this, I saw a couple of virtual positions. I'm just trying to see if those are still here. They may have been snatched up. But State Farm, like a receptionist at State Farm in Cedar Hill. So let's take a look at State Farm agent, no. Support services, warehouse. Let's look at this part-time customer service rep, bilingual. So, oh my gosh, that's a big description. All right, so we've got the the overview. you've got qualifications, all that. And then you can do browse more jobs and it'll take you to more jobs that look like this. You've got videos here on the right that help you figure out how to use stuff. So this is a really great tool, and you just have to get out there looking at these more frequently. And here what's nice is you can say apply on the website and it'll take you to the employer's website. You can also save this. So if you like this position, you can save it to your Facebook. You can share it with someone else. So if maybe it's not a good fit for you, you want to help someone else you're thinking of, you can share this to them as well. And some of the more options, I guess you can report it or whatever. But let's say we want to apply, so we'll go to their website. So it takes us to their website. And boom, there we are. So now you can take a look more about what the job is directly on them. What does this company do? So that's Facebook. All right. Next one is Indeed. So Indeed.com. That one, there's no /jobs. That's a big website that I'm sure most, if not all of you have heard of. Indeed, you can have this find jobs, find salaries, company reviews, all that. So again, we can type in administrative assistant in Dallas, Texas, find jobs. And you can say if you want it remote, let's click remote. What does it say? Nope, I don't want it. But here you can put your email address if you want to get alerts. So Indeed looks like they'll do alerts as well. And here, easy to apply, upload your resume. So it looks like these are the remote work available. Look at that. So we've got in Dallas, admin assistant position, far north Dallas area, remote work available, high school education, and posted 16 days ago. So let's learn more about that. It doesn't have the salary information here, but if we click on that, here we go. So on the right, we popped up and it tells us exactly what they're looking for. So they want preferred experience, not required. They're looking for data entry, bookkeeping skills, customer service, high school education. Doesn't have a lot of benefits, but you know what? You've got start times there. Where does it talk about? So someone who is dependable, people-oriented, detail-oriented, and work remotely. So they are allowing temporarily to work remotely due to COVID-19. So that's great. So I imagine that the interview and all that will probably be remote as well, and then they'll train you up, and then you'll get to work remotely for a while until we all get back to some normalcy. And the last job site I wanted to share with you guys is the Texas Workforce Commission. So twc.texas.gov/job seekers. And that is here are, Texas. And so they have some really cool resources on here, not just job search, but you can look at job search. If you've been laid off, you can look at the unemployment benefits, but they also have like vocational rehabilitation services, career exploration and trends, training and education. So if you need to kind of update some of your skills, they have a special section just for veterans. They also talk to you about your rights and the laws for employment stuff, and then employment support resources. So that again is a really great resource that I would encourage you guys to look at. All 4 of these pages have excellent resources, a lot of opportunities out there. So it's really just a matter of blocking your time, going on to these. Maybe you do an hour each morning and you just save the applications that you want to go complete. Then you take a break and then you hit another hour where you're applying for all this stuff. Create some sort of a system or a routine where you just every day you're getting out there, 15-minute block, doesn't matter, just as long as you're doing it. Start looking for those jobs and filling out those applications. All right, let's see here. All right, so now let's discuss resumes and cover letters, since that's what you're going to need to have in order to apply for these jobs, right? There are several resume building websites out there. You can have someone help you personally. If you want something quick, cheap, and easy, you've got these resume building websites, and a lot of them will offer free basic level help for free. Now I have a tip. I do suggest that you create an email account for job hunting and or for spam that you can use for these sites when they ask for your information. If they ask you for a phone number, you can also set up a free phone number through Google Voice or some other VoIP service and hook it up to this email address so that you have a separate email and phone number for any sort of, so when you're going onto these websites getting the free stuff, your own personal inbox is not inundated with spam and commercials and stuff like that. But you also want to make sure that if you are using it for your job hunting purposes, that that it is professional looking. You don't want to have like, I don't know, like Hot Bunny Love, 101 as your at gmail.com as the email that you use on your resumes. So make sure you set up a very professional sounding resume email and that you check it frequently so that you know if employers are contacting you and reaching out to you to do these interviews and follow-ups. And then that way you have everything in one place as well, and you're not kind of scrolling through missing something, in an inbox that's full of like personal stuff and other stuff. So let's explore a couple of these resume building websites and see what they can do. All right, here we go. I need to disappear. All right. So the first one is, and you can just Google this. This is one that I kind of found that I liked, that I was drawn to, but there are several others out there. So there's no personal preference or selection, or what, you can find something of your own. This one is myperfectresume.com. Your resume made easy. And so I actually played with this a little bit. They have recruiter favorite templates that work. So they have suggested templates that you can use. They've got other products. So they've got a resume builder, a cover letter maker, and other professional services that you can add on. And those are not free, but different templates, step-by-step expert tips, easy formatting, all that. So let's see what it looks like to use one of these. So let's say hired by Verizon. Great. Madison Myers. Let's take a look at this template. So you can see how this one was structured. If you want to build yours from scratch, you can certainly do that, but they have a use this template. So let's use this template. All right, so how do I want to build my resume? I can create a brand new resume. So for those of you who don't have resumes, you can do that. Or I already have a resume and they'll reformat the information for you. I do have a resume, but I'm going to assume that maybe you guys don't. So let's just do create a new resume. So it's applying our template and here it goes. So basically it's a Q&A. It starts asking you the questions and it will start to autofill this template. So let's just kind of put in a couple of things real quick. Let's say Plano, Texas, that's fine. Phone 214-111-2222. All right, and email address is NA. And let's do next work history. Oh, I have to do an email. All right, so let's say none@none.com. All right. Now let's fill out your work history. And so I'm not quite sure how we're supposed to do that, but I guess we go next. Okay, there you go. And you could do your job title, attorney, employer, myself, or I could put the firm, I guess. All right, and the date. Oh gosh, I don't even know when I started the firm. I want to say it was maybe October like 2008 or something. Okay, let's just say January. Let's just do that. End date, let's say I currently work here. Great. Now you add the work details. Let's just say blah, let's just do that and save next. And then don't lose your work. So then it asks you for, this is where the email address comes in. So they're going to send you the template all filled out and everything. I have to make up a password and all that. You guys get the gist of it, and you end up with a really cool looking resume. So that's cool with that one. Now let's go to Indeed. So Indeed also, so if you're, while you're on Indeed looking at jobs, take a look at Indeed's resume builder. So they've got indeed.com/profile/resume-templates, and you can actually build a resume with a template on Indeed. So this is the website, choose your template there. And they talk to you about how it works. So you can actually, it looks like you choose your template, you follow the resume builder guide, and then once you found the job you want, use your customized resume to apply on their website. So easy, it makes it so easy. And then here they've got the featured, some of these featured. And again, some of these are probably free, some of them are upgrades that you have to pay for. So it's entirely up to you how you want to do that. And so you can build that resume out too. All right. Do you guys have any questions about any of this so far? All right. No pictures on resumes, unless, so there are times actually when pictures are good. The one I've seen it has been more creative industries, so like graphic designers, sometimes realtors, things like that. I think it depends on the job that you're applying for, but it also allows, so graphic designers may be one of those industries where you want to include that, or you also have to be careful, I think, of people's biases. So having your picture on there can be beneficial or it can be hurtful, because some people may take a look at the picture and judge you by your picture one way or another. And so, think about, do you really want to have that as their first impression? It could be a good thing, but it could also be a negative thing. I mean, we all know that there's racism and sexism out there, and you don't really know who the audience is that you're applying your resume to. Maybe if you're in graphic design or some of these more creative fields, maybe having some of your work, an example of your work would be great to attach that maybe to your resume. Just something like that, maybe it's your work that speaks for itself rather than you and what you look like and having someone judge based on that. But again, maybe you explore, go online, Google what works, what doesn't work for the particular industry that you're applying for. But those are just kind of my 2 cents on that. All right. All right. All right, next, stay-at-home moms. I know that there are a bunch of stay-at-home moms out there right now who may be concerned that they've been out of the workforce for too long, or who don't think that they have any transferable skills. So if so, I challenge you to rethink the way that you are thinking, or I challenge you to challenge yourself in the way you think about this, and give yourselves more credit. I have hired stay-at-home moms in the past, and they've been some terrific employees. So I personally see the value in stay-at-home moms. And I know that I'm not the only one out there. There are employers who see your value. All human beings have value, and you do have worth. And I know, at least with some of our clients, they've been in these relationships for a long time where they've been told that their worth is less, and that's false. So certainly if you are feeling like you don't have worth, that is not true. All of us has worth. And especially if you are a mother, keep in mind that you have created and nurtured life. Not everyone on this planet can even do that or wants to do that. So creating and nurturing life itself takes a very special person, and it does not come with a handbook. So you learn from making mistakes, you grow and adapt. So all of us, there are things that we learn, mistakes that we learn from. You get good at those things, and those are the things that you call skills, your strengths. Don't focus so much on your weaknesses. You have skills that other people want. You just have to highlight them. So if I can do a quick question, how do you stay-at-home moms feel about going back into the workforce? What concerns do you have? What fears? I would love to know so that I can address those with you guys, either here or offline, because I really truly believe that you guys have some terrific, amazing skills that that you need to recognize as well. And once you start recognizing that, you'll start seeing much more opportunity around you. Good question. So if you are currently employed, and any tips to see if your new employer, so your current employer doesn't know that you're looking for a job. So that can be a little bit tricky. I suppose you're going to have to schedule your time in a way that you can do interviews and stuff on your personal time. I do not recommend you taking your work time to go on interviews and such, but if you have vacation time, take your vacation or sick days to go do your interviews. Do not use company laptops or any sort of company resources, because that might come back to haunt you if they find out maybe you violated some laws. So use your personal stuff, personal email, personal resume paper, personal laptops, whatever it is, phone, whatever. Make sure it's all your personal equipment and materials that you're using during the interviews and stuff like that. And when you're looking for the jobs, don't use your work hours. I'm sure your employer would be unhappy about you using work time to do personal stuff. So use your personal free time to look for these jobs. Contact information. So, you know, you can put down whoever is going to be someone that you can contact. So you can say that you work at the employers, but, you know, I think when people are hiring, they're reading the resumes. At least me personally, I know that when I'm looking at a resume and I see that they have listed their current employer, but they have not put in them as a reference or someone to contact, I mean, I can read between the lines, right? And I'm sure many other employers out there too know that you're not going to be contacting them. You know, you could also put it maybe discreetly on your cover letter, you know, just a brief statement that's not victim-y, that talks about, you know, why you're looking for a change and why you kind of need to be discreet about making the change. I think, again, there's a lot of great reasons why you're changing positions, and it doesn't need to be a big drama. And I think a lot of employers know we're not in that era anymore of where you work someplace for 20 years and you earn yourself a Rolex on retirement. We are in a mobile society. People, you know, they change their minds, personal growth, they have to move, relocate, whatever. You're just not happy. Maybe the industry you thought you were gonna be happy in no longer serves you. So it's okay. And so I think a lot of employers are not gonna be so stringent about that. I wouldn't worry too much about that. What I would worry more about is using your work time to do personal stuff. And then, like I said, if you set up that separate email that you can contact, that people can contact you through, then that should take care of that too. All right. So what are some common soft skills that I see in a lot of stay-at-home moms and homemakers? So I see organizational skills. I see multitasking, that's a big one. And especially if you're going to be working in a busy environment, multitasking and doing several things at once well is a very valuable skill. Being able to prioritize. You have leadership skills. You're leading your family, your children, you know, your household. So there's definitely leadership skills there. There's empathy. So, you know, empathy is something that is lacking in a lot of workplaces. So if you can show emotional intelligence and empathy, I think that can go a long way too, because you are going to have to be working on a team, right? And so you have to have empathy towards your team members and be able to support them and encourage them. Detail-oriented. You know, a lot of employers don't want to micromanage. So they're looking for someone who can handle it, that pays attention to the details and gets things done. Communication, that's a big one too. And as women generally, and of course I'm making a stereotype here, but we generally have really great communication skills, and communication is important to us as well. And so that's another thing that I think you can bring into the workplace is being a good communicator and facilitating communication between the team. So, you know, think of some other skills that you have that you can offer to others. I also went online and kind of looked for some jobs. So, and kind of different articles and things like that for stay-at-home moms. So I'm going to copy those and put them here in the chat box for you guys. All right. And I think there. So if you guys want to come with me to some of these, I'll just kind of touch on them real quick. Oops, let's do the screen share again. All right. Okay, move out of the way. All right. So we've got, okay, how do I make that? No. All right. Flex jobs. So this one is, so they had an article here on 15 great work at home jobs for moms. So I read through that article kind of quickly and thought, you know, those are actually some good opportunities there. So they kind of give a median pay, kind of what you can expect in the pay range for some of these, but they list out like customer service reps, data entry specialists, recruiting coordinator, proofreaders, writer blogger, transcriptionist, virtual assistant. I know I've used virtual assistants on and off in the past as well. So there's a lot of professionals and executives out there that love having virtual assistants help them with all their stuff. Online teaching now, big one. Accounting clerk, graphic designer, health coach, marketing specialist, social media specialist. That's big right now. A lot of companies are trying to market. So having someone who is their dedicated marketing person can be big, and it's all about, you know, getting social media, understanding how to do social media. You can go on several of these social medias. They teach you how to market on there. If you just take a few of those courses, you can market yourself as a social media specialist, and you work from home doing that. Travel consultant. I'm not sure how great that is right now during COVID, but you know, travel will be upticking again some point. You know, web designer for those of you who are more tech. And I know Amazon, and actually I forgot about that one. Brandy had told me about Amazon doing a whole thing for tech people. They have a whole training program. So if you're interested in getting in the tech industry, Amazon is actually offering courses and schooling for that. I'm going to get into that in just a minute. So first, let's go to other. So here's 21 jobs for stay-at-home moms. So, you know, childcare provider, newspaper carrier, direct sales, you know, writer, editor, tutor, beauty stylist, maybe not so much now, but music teacher, flower arranging, again, not so much now, but there are several on here, you know, surveys, painting, trainer, life coach, things like that. So, you know, just Google jobs for stay-at-home moms. And, you know, you may have to go through several articles, but maybe there's a few ideas out there. Start writing down those ideas, keep a journal, write down the ideas that you like, and, you know, then go to the job boards and start looking for those positions. Let's see, what do I got here? And then a couple of articles here about skills. So there's a couple of great articles on, you know, the skills that stay-at-home moms have: time management, planning, crisis management, problem solving, you know, all these things that you guys do that you need to see value in. What's another one? And then, oh, here we've got jobhero.com. They have a sample. I liked this one because it had an actual sample resume of a stay-at-home mom. So you guys can get an idea. If you're a stay-at-home mom, here's what I would put on my resume. So you can actually put in there, you know, stay-at-home mom and homeschool instructor, homemaker, stay-at-home mother. And so it kind of tells you, you know, the different things that, you know, these were the job skills that you had, how many years you were in the workforce, you know, what it is that your skills and criteria are. I thought that was really creative, a really great, I liked this article because it kind of showed, like, let's not be hiding the fact that we're stay-at-home moms. Let's put it out there and honor it, because it is a big deal that you guys have done what you've done and you have accomplished great things. And I think more people, and especially in our society, we need to start recognizing the contributions of all women, not just working women, but stay-at-home moms too. All right, so let's see here. Okay. All right, so as for the hard skills, and not just for stay-at-home moms, but there are a lot of resources out there for everyone that you can use to update your skill set. And so I'm going to copy those into the chat box now for you guys. All right, so let's visit those real quick as well. All right, so the first one we've got, it'll go away here that I can, we've got the Texas Workforce Commission. I think I mentioned that before, but I wanted to mention that again. You can go to their training and education, and they've got a ton of different resources here that you can also do vocational training, things like that. You've got Career Design Associates. That's actually someone we work with, an entity that we work with, helping a lot of our clients get back on their feet and transition. It's not just for stay-at-home moms or women going through divorce. It's for anybody who's looking for a career change and career upgrade. They do coaching and career counseling. They have different programs. So I would definitely say check them out. They're a really great resource. Oh, and then that's, okay, that'll be in a minute. And I thought I had, okay, I guess it's that. And then Udemy, which I did not put on here. So let me show you guys Udemy. Udemy.com. So this is really cool. It's an online courses, all kinds of stuff on here, which is very cool. So you can do Udemy for business. You can have teach on Udemy. So if you have skills, so another part-time job that you may be interested in is setting up an online course. So for those of you that have things that you want to teach, you can set up online courses and get paid to teach other people. This is a huge site, so you'll have more traffic and more opportunities to get found. They have 100,000 online courses. So you can do stuff like leadership skills, communication skills. I mean, they have marketing, they have, you know, boot camps for things, how to use Microsoft Excel. Some of you maybe want to update your skills on the computer, how to use Microsoft Office Suite products. They have a course on that. And now, you know, it's not just the one, like, you know, you could go and just search Microsoft Excel and I'm sure several courses will come up. They range in all kinds of prices. So this one's $149. It's 199 lectures, so 16 hours total. So that's a lot. Maybe if you want to look for something a little bit lighter, you can make a search for that. You know, the prices vary. I've seen courses from $11.99 to $150. That's kind of the range that I see a lot of these courses in. So it's very doable. If you're looking to upgrade your career, it's definitely worth an investment. If the course is 150 bucks, it's going to give you the skills you need to get that job, do it. Because in the long run, you have to think long term. It's going to be a big help to you. Okay. All right, I see someone's got a question. Let's see. How do I view in the chat box? If you go to the right side of your screen, at least on my screen, it's the right side, and it should be, if you go down, it's either on the right side or it's down at the bottom of your screen. So if you go all the way down to the bottom of your screen and kind of highlight, you know, hover your mouse over that or whatever, and there's a thing that says chat. If you click on that, it should pull up the chat box. And then the chat box should appear on the right side. All right, good question. And then also when you're looking, oh, nothing is showing in the chat. Are you showing it to all attendees? Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh, this is how technology inept I am. So I hope you guys are having a good laugh right now. So let me share it with everybody. How about that? That might help, right? Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, you guys. I will follow up with an email to everybody, giving you all the links to this stuff. So if you didn't catch it while I'm showing you on the share screen, you'll get an email with all the links, and I promise we'll send those to you guys. So don't worry if you don't have them. Right now, it's too confusing for me to figure out how to copy paste it into the chat box now. But thank you, Katie, for letting me know that nothing was showing up on the chat box for everybody. So my bad, sorry. All right. Let's see here. A couple more messages. All right. Okay. So one of the guests we have today is Heather Armstrong, who is from Career Design. And so she wanted people to know that she is offering a free 45-minute consultation for everybody. So if you guys who are on our webinar today, you're getting a bonus, an unexpected surprise bonus. So that's awesome. Heather Armstrong of Career Design is offering a free 45-minute consultation. And so I will take you guys back and show you her website. I'm so excited. Thank you, Heather. That's awesome. Career Design, I think it's here. No, it is here. This one. So www.career-design.com. Career Design Associates. If you guys go there, her contact information is on here. They are awesome. We've worked with them for years, and they've got a lot of great resources for people looking for career upgrades and stuff like that. So, okay, so let me see. And I think I had another, oops, I'm trying to figure out how to, I don't have my mouse today, so I need to do it. All right. Okay. All right, good. Next. All right, let's look at updating your online presence. So another part that you're gonna have to think about during your job search is how do you appear to people online? Online, you know, I know one of the things when we're looking for employees, one of the first things we're gonna do is go to their social media. We wanna see, yeah, the resume is nice, the cover letter is nice, but how are they on social media really? Is this a person that we're gonna wanna hang out with? Is this a person that's gonna be kind of crazy? Is it a person who is just gonna be so dry and boring? You know, you can get a feel of people's personalities. And, you know, I don't know if that's something that maybe I shouldn't be even saying that as an employer, I don't know, but it's definitely something I think everybody's going to be curious about. And so you want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward on your social media profiles. So let's see. One tip I have to share with you guys to this is setting up a Google alert to notify you when something is posted about you. If it's negative, take steps quickly to correct it or take down the information. So how do you set up the Google alert? I'm going to copy that. There's an article, and this time I do have the chat box feature for everybody, I hope. So Control V, all right, there we go. I hope you guys all got that. That is an article that kind of talks about how you can get online alerts, Google alerts, set it up and get alerts whenever something is posted about you. That way you're just alerted, you can go check it out. Is it something negative? You know, go correct it, fix it, whatever, or just be aware of it. If it's positive, great. All right, then we've got another tip. You should update all of your online profiles. At a minimum, have a professional looking picture of yourself. Remove all pictures and posts that may be controversial or illicit, and create kind of a catchy pitch, an elevator pitch or a phrase that makes it clear what your goals and what your strengths are. Something that, you know, people can remember you by that's positive. So social media profiles to start with. You know, LinkedIn, that's the one that a lot of professionals look to. At a minimum, you want to have a good LinkedIn page. If you don't have LinkedIn, they have a free membership. Set up your LinkedIn profile, because one of the first things we often do is, you know, whether it be a client, opposing counsel, a job, whatever, we're looking at LinkedIn to see, you know, who they are, kind of what is their professional credentials. So what do you want to do on LinkedIn? You want to update your profile picture. There's two pictures that you've got, the profile picture and then you've got the background picture. So you want to do both of those. Create a brief statement of who you are and what you have to offer. So you can say, stay-at-home mom, if you want to. I don't know if I would necessarily advertise that, but I would say, strong leadership skills and communication skills, I don't know, you can kind of go onto different LinkedIn profiles and you can check out what other people are saying. And if there's one that catches your eyes, kind of, craft something similar. On LinkedIn, you want to complete the resume part of it. It's the profile. It's again guided, and they'll ask you, where did you go to school? How did you do? Do you have, what skills, things like that, and you just start building that out. The tip on that is you want to do that, even though it's kind of a pain in the butt. I had to, when I was building up my LinkedIn profile, it took a while because I had to go get all my bar licenses and I had to figure out some awards and things like that. And so building that out took some time. So I chunked it up. I would sit down for 10 minutes at a time, fill out what I could in 10 minutes, and then I would put it aside, and I'd go back and fill out another 10 minutes and then put it aside, because it was just mind numbing to me to just sit down and do it all at once. So if that works for you, that works for you. If not, whatever. But definitely fill it out, because when you fill it out, they show it as a completed thing and they'll boost it up somehow. It has something to do with their search engines and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you have your profile completed to the best of your abilities so that it appears in more searches and things like that. So if someone is looking for your skills, you're going to be found. Next thing you want to do on LinkedIn is you want to ask friends, colleagues, and others to endorse you. So you want to start having recommendations and endorsements out there on your profile, like, hey, this person is great at this, and you can guide them a little bit, but be like, hey, I've set up my LinkedIn profile. I would love for you to remember that time we did, this play date and I handled the negotiating of our toddlers arguing. Would you say I have really good negotiating skills and communication skills? I would love for you to put something about that, or endorse me for that. Or, remember when we did that team marathon and I organized a group of us and we raised money for that charity? I would love for you guys who in my team, can you guys post something about what great, organizational skills I had, or, how we raised all this money and spent it. So, gave it and all this, and, charitable philanthropy and stuff. So just, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be limited to job stuff. Just highlighting who you are as a person, highlighting your strengths would be great. Next thing you want to do is join groups that may be helpful to you. So you can do search on LinkedIn looking for groups that you're interested in, industries that you want to follow. Maybe there are thought leaders that you want to follow that have tips and articles and suggestions that help you with personal growth. Maybe there's an industry, you want to work, I don't know, what's an industry that I'm thinking of ranchers right now for some reason. So ranching industry, that's random, but a business industry like tech, there we go. Not sure I didn't give a normal one. All right, so tech industry. So you want to go look and see what's going on in the tech field. So go and, you can follow different groups that are, tech related. Alumni groups is another one. So if you're an alumni of anything, your high school, college, any sort of postdoc stuff, go follow some alumni associations. I mean, all kinds of stuff, jobs, go follow companies that are hiring, so specific companies instead of just groups, all that. So just kind of start adding that in, kind of monitoring those feeds. On your LinkedIn profile, you may want to put posts. So once you have your profile set up, you want to post, hey, I'm looking for a job. You want to say it in a kind of more diplomatic way, but you can post about maybe your skills and how you would love to find a team to work with where you can utilize those skills and improve the lives of others. So things like that would be great posts to put about that might catch people's attention. The key thing about the posts is to have them regularly. So, just posting once is not going to do it. You're going to want to maybe post twice a week, 3 times a week, like, hey, this skill I just realized I had, or this job thing I just accomplished. I did a great, thing I won this award, whatever it is, and you post about it and say, hey, I would love to work with a team where I can share my expertise in this. Or even just sharing your expertise and demonstrating it would be a great post as well. So if you just want to say, hey, here's a tip, and you put out a tip, that's something that can attract people's attention, and then they can, open up conversations with you about different opportunities. And then the last thing you want to do on LinkedIn is you want to send invitations to connect with other professionals in your desired field. So look for the people who, you can do searches for like legal industry, tech industry, whatever, and people will start popping up. And the more you connect with people, you're going to start seeing branching out into other fields. So you can go into second connections and third connections. So if you really want to look at like financial advisors or CPAs or, attorneys or whatever, those are searches that we regularly do to connect with people in those industries. You can just reach out to them. And there's a ton of articles on there, on LinkedIn, as well as on Google generally, talking about the best ways to market yourself and the best ways to approach people, and like cold calling them, doing connections if you don't know them. So you can certainly research that. That's not going to be the top of the scope of what we cover today. I mean, if you guys want me to go into that, we can certainly have a separate webinar on that. But for today, that was just a quick suggestion. All right, Facebook. Facebook is the other one, the other social media profile you want to make sure you update. So again, update your profile picture, update your background picture, create a brief statement of who you are and what you offer to the world. I think there's rules about having personal and business pages. So consider having, you've got your personal page. You certainly want to clean that up because employers will probably be looking at that as well. But think about maybe including a business page as well. That's your own personal branding, professional branding. There's actually several people out there that I kind of stalk on Facebook, and I love the way they brand themselves. And they have very distinct ways, like here's my personal stuff, the personal world that I post, which is very tasteful, not all of them, but they have really great personal stuff that supports who they are as a person. But then they've got these business pages that are really great about their personal branding, and it's just very clear. Instagram is a very similar thing you can do with as well. I don't know that employers are as much looking at Instagram. I think LinkedIn and Facebook are kind of the two big ones right now. So I would focus your energy on that. On Facebook, consider removing pictures or posts from the past that may have created some controversy. So you don't want to look like a party girl. And I mean, I don't mean to be sexist in that, but it's just a fact of life. You want to be professional looking, you want to appear groomed. So any pictures that are the opposite of that, you might want to remove. If you're inciting religious or political debates, again, think about maybe hiding those posts while you're looking for a job, because that may be something that might turn an employer off and a job that you might otherwise easily get. And it's, I know the reality is that employers are looking at that kind of stuff. It's unfortunate that we sometimes have to hide those aspects of us, but you have to think of sort of the bigger picture and what it is that you want to accomplish. And so if you want to get that job, you need to put your best face forward. You need to be that rock star that the employers are looking for. You can also ask friends, colleagues, and others to endorse you by posting on your timeline about something that you did that helped them, or about your strengths. So that's another way that you can, hey, I loved that you did such and such. And that, again, on your personal, if it's on your business, personal branding, you can ask them to leave reviews for you. So that would be great. Join groups that may be helpful and post something that helps others in the group. So, you never know where, you're gonna have to maybe experiment to find a group that you fit in. There's a lot of moms groups out there. There's a lot of women's groups. There's a lot of job hunting groups. So go out there and just start searching for stuff. Again, industry specific, topic specific, if there's something that you're really interested in, and just post out there, watch them for a while. What are they posting? Get a feel for the community that they have, and then start posting and contributing. And then you can start feeling out opportunities that may be there. You can post, certain groups will let you post that you're looking for a position, and so be detailed, specific type of position and industry that you're looking in, and then send invitations to connect with others as well. So last thing that we now have to cover, and let me just see here if we've got any other questions, and then all right, yes, libraries also have free online skills and classes. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. Okay. And the last thing I want to share with you guys are some other resources that there are out there. So we've got, this is the Riveter. It is a co-working space for women. And I can't remember, I think this one, they have offices around the states, and they even have them here in Dallas. But what I love about them is that they are woman focused. They have events, so they have all these events that they do. And there's digital events that they're hosting. They sometimes do live events. So here you can go at the top, you see, they've got, so they have the spaces. So if you need a quiet place to work, they do have, they have in Dallas, they have a work office space. I believe it's in downtown somewhere. It's on Wellburn Street. So I believe that's kind of over there by the Route Connector area. And so you can do these different pricing pricing structures. They have really nice offices. It's really pretty. So if you just need a place to get away to work on some stuff, it looks like they have some great space where you can do that. Find some quiet away from the kids, away from your husband if you need to be away from them, or for your lunch hour if you're needing to get away from office to work on this stuff. And how do I X out of this? All right. And then these events that they have, which are some really great events. Let's see what they've got upcoming. And again, this is kind of the general one. I think if you go to the Dallas location, you'll find more specific. They have a lot of different events, women focused mostly. So wind down, women at work, coffee stuff. So it looks like they've got some really cool stuff. The other one I wanted to show you guys was this? No, that's Udemy. The Swing Shift. So the Swing Shift, I actually get their newsletter. I think it's really cool, which for some reason I can't. There we go. All right. And it's also similar. They are helping women in career transition. I think they are up in Seattle though. And so they're not local, but they have events, they have virtual hangouts, workshops. So if you're looking to improve some skills, maybe you didn't find it on Udemy or on the Texas Workforce Commission, check out the Swing Shift. They've got some workshops here. Like I said, they're in Seattle, but they have a lot of digital stuff that's really cool. Employers, hiring, job opportunities. I mostly see them as regional opportunities, but once in a while I'll see some national different location opportunities. But if you're thinking about moving to Seattle, it could be a great community to join. I would suggest you get their newsletter. Their newsletter has a lot of cool tips and workshops and things like that too. So, all right. Let's see what else I've got on my source, my thing here. All right. So in summary, kind of what did we cover today? I believe that the opportunities are out there, and you guys need to believe it too, because they really are out there. You just have to dig a little bit. Don't listen to the hype and the media so much. I know crisis is a terrible thing, but it can also be the start of a transformation and a really positive thing as well. Visit the job boards and find the opportunities. Build your resume and cover letter. Remember that SAMs, you guys have valuable skills. Update your hard skills through the training and workshops and online things that are out there. Review and update your online presence. Be sure you make sure that you're putting your best face forward. Explore your resources, Google stuff, start seeing what else is out there. And then most importantly, apply for those jobs. You have to just keep at it. I remember my first job at a law school, I sent out 85 applications before I got a job. It was 85 resumes, 85 cover letters, 84 no's. Sorry, not interested. So, it was very discouraging and it took a while, but I eventually found a job. It was not my dream job, but it was definitely a job that I learned a lot from. I was a legal assistant. And so it was an interesting experience, to say the least, working for that particular lawyer. So I'm glad I did it. I think that don't give up. It's out there. You just have to keep digging and be persistent. be the strong woman that I know you all are. And so I guess in closing, I would love to hear from you guys. If you guys want to let me know if there's other topics you want me to cover, let me know. If there's other resources you want, let me know. I can always follow up with an email kind of giving you those. We can build out another webinar, whatever it is, let me know. And, you know, in order for us to plan a brighter future and become stronger, we need to continue the conversation. So I would love for you guys to join us in our next video, which is going to be about parenting. So it's called Parenting and Co-Parenting, How to Get on the Same Page and Raise Happy, Healthy Children. So crisis can be a big stress on the whole family, and our children are often the most vulnerable to that stress. So for those of you that are wondering what you can do right now to lessen the emotional impact of COVID and other crisis situations, this webinar is going to give you some clear, simple guidance. I spoke with several of the mental health experts in our network, and I'm going to share with you their #1 tip for getting through this, as well as a few easy coping skills that are going to dramatically improve your life. So we will not be focusing on divorce. This is something that you can invite all your friends and family to. I want to invite all women especially to come. We can learn how to be better parents together. It was very interesting speaking to our mental health experts about some of the things that I didn't even realize that, you know, were just so easy to implement, and what a dramatic difference they made on the stress level in our house and on our kids. So I want to share that with you guys so that we can all be a little bit less stressed out right now. And of course, don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is Family Law DFW. And you can get the latest updates, resources, and inspiration there to help you thrive through any crisis. And last of all, thank you all for joining me. I clearly went over a half hour, and I apologize for that, but I really hope that you guys found the information useful and helpful. Please don't hesitate to ask questions, follow up. If you need to contact us, it's contact@familylawdfw.com. And I hope that you guys will join us at our next webinar. Let me do a quick check to make sure there's nothing else that you guys have any questions on. And nope, all right. Thank you guys so much, and hope to see you next week. Next webinar next week, Thursday at 1 o'clock. All right, take care.